What's up guys, Card Boss here. This is what 180 or so cards look like before we send to CGC for grading. Get a coffee or your beer, stick around, we're going to talk about this. Coming right back. Welcome back guys. This is basically me. That's right here. Look at the caption. Can you see it? Yeah. We're gonna pan this out and look at that. 180 odd cards here. Marvel Masterpieces 1995. Okay, this is just the signature edition set and together with some inserts. I'm not even gonna sleeve up the base set, right? So if you guys check out my previous video, what I covered is I did purchase a complete set from eBay for about $1,500, and I plan to send all the complete set to CGC to form one of, I guess, the only Masters set, which means all the base cards, all the inserts, right, in the CGC slab. But of course, you know, you're talking about like 480 cards. Sorry, that's not right. That's like 330 cards in total, right? And when you multiply that by $15, that works up to about close to like, you know, $4,500, almost $5,000 once you include shipping and all this kind of thing. That's a lot of money, okay, just to slab up Marvel cards. So I decided to leave the base cards first and just go for the signature series together with the inserts. And today I've got all these cards ready to go ship out to CGC, but just decided just to have a film and just to share with you guys of my little observations when I was just putting these cards together. Now, prior to me sleeving up all these cards, I never really paid attention to, you know, the cards in details. This was my first time handling a complete set of 1995 Masterpieces. Even during my younger days when I was actually buying Marvel cards, I didn't actually have the opportunity to buy any of these 95 Masterpieces. I bought a lot of 92 and 94, but I kind of like fell off since then to focus on sports cards. So this is kind of like my first time, you know, having a look at a complete set, and you know, by actually going through each of these cards, I kind of like, you know, have some favorites and some nice little things, you know, to kind of share with you guys through this whole experience here. Okay, so I'm gonna go through a bunch of these cards, right? So hopefully you guys, you know, got your drink ready and just gonna look through some of these stuff here. But just to give a background here, Masterpieces in 1995 was actually illustrated by 4 different artists. So you see 4 different works here. Okay, I'm not sure I can pronounce the name. We have Nelson. I think that we have here Scanlon, right? I think we have another one here, DeVries, you guys can see it. And the last one was this guy here, Patelis. Okay, so 4 different artists here giving their different kinds of work. I have actually gone through all these cards, right? You know, kind of like looking through all the cards here. I kind of like decided that I kind of like the artwork of 2 of these artists, and the other 2 didn't really resonate so much with me. So have a look. Okay, this is perhaps one of the unique times they get to see every single card that's in this set, and you guys can pick your own favorites. Okay, so without further ado, let's go through the cards first. So they are numbered. I've already sorted them in sequence. This is card number 1, Apocalypse. Okay, so you can see this is signature series. It's look exactly like a base card, except that it has this little tagline, additional tagline here. It says here signature series, and of course it talks about the card itself and the artist at the back here, and that's how it essentially looks like. So Apocalypse, like you see here, I'm sure you can catch this in the glare. It says here Eternal. All right, so this is one of the normal taglines, where I showed you the Thanos earlier, right? So look at that, you know, ha ha ha. All right, there are some others which I'm gonna go through. So Apocalypse, nice looking art. Nelson here. Okay, moving on. Second Apocalypse. So each of these characters, you will notice that there are 3 different iterations. So we have 4 artists, but we have 3 different iterations of artwork. So this is one that's done by Patelis. It's a nice one as well. Okay, and a third one here, Apocalypse, and this one is here, says Genocide. So one of the big names here, right? You'll notice that after a while I realized that, you know, as a maybe 10 or 14-year-old looking at this set, there are not some kid-friendly themes here, right? No, Eternal was fine, ha ha ha, it's cool. You start the word genocide here, and maybe as a 12-year-old, you know, if you're looking this back then, you probably don't realize what it actually means. Moving on, Archangel. All right, one of my nicest, I think Archangel looks kind of like the best. I'm going to pick up all three here, right? So you have these three different Archangels here. Sorry for the glare. And done by three different artists here. So you have the Varys, Patelis, and Scanlan. Nice looking arts on each of them. Cool. And we have the Beasts next up. So some of these, like this ones here, it's kind of a bit soft. I don't know. When I look at the 92 masterpieces, right, the art kind of like pops up for this one, but it kind of like toned down a bit. This Beasts, they have like a little scary version like this one here, but this one's like kind of toned down. Not exactly what I like in terms of artwork. Moving on, we got Bishop. I think we got a very bad looking Bishop here. Look at that. Nice. Right, and then you look at some of the teams for Bishop, right, which have some funny on skate. Lock and load, right, pretty obvious, right? Bishop with his huge gun. And then you got this one here. Can you see it? Yeah, it goes kaboom, right? So now kaboom's fine, but wait till you see the next few ones. And you have got another one called Charge. Okay, one nicer looking Bishops, this one. Moving on. So got Cable. Some nice ones here. Right, and then we had a Kaboom earlier. You got a Cable here that says Bakum. That's right here. Can you see it? It's pretty hilarious. Right. And you got, of course, generic ones like Warrior. Alright, moving on. Captain America. Big red guy himself. Right. So this is some of them that I don't get it right. So if you have a look at this, so you have Assemble, Captain America, right? Avengers Assemble. And you have this one, Sentinel, which I'm not really sure where it comes from, but that's fine. And you have another one which is supposed to be, I would say, to mimic the sound of his shield, and it goes like this. See if you can catch it in the glare. That's right. Katang. That's supposed to be like the bullets hitting on the shields. That's like, what? Alright, moving on. Okay, this is one of my favorites here, Carnage, right? So you got Carnage here, not the kind of art that I enjoy for this Carnage. It says here, Twisted, okay, no biggie. And then you have this one here, really scary looking Carnage here, things of your nightmare, with an appropriate tagline that says, can you catch it? That's right, hi kids. So this is high, so I suppose this will scare you nightmares as a 12 or 13-year-old. Pretty funny. And the last one here, we got one here that says Unleash. Pretty awesome. Next up, Cyclops. Leader of the X-Men. Obviously, you got one here, Leader. Right. And another sound effect card, we had Kaboom and Bakum, and like right now it's like Frazoom. Right. Is that the sound of his high beams for zoom? All right. And of course here we got one called Attack. All right, okay, pretty obvious. Daredevil's next. We got Daredevil here, 3 pieces of art for Daredevil. Decent looking art, pretty nice overall. Okay, Hellbent. This one is Fearless, which is a man without fear, and I'm back. All right, not sure where he came from, but I'm back. Dr. Doom, okay, I wish Dr. Doom looked a lot nicer. The earlier masterpieces, he actually looked pretty cool, but this one here, not my favorites, right? So, and we have, I would say, Doom kind of tagline here. First one says, I am Doom, and this is Unmask. And of course, you had to have one called Power, right? Doom, that's right. Right, big guy himself, Galactus, coming up here. Not my favorite arts of Galactus, especially this one. He looks a bit come off an anime, I guess. So it says here, Hunger, as you know, Eater of Wolves, right? Devourer, still eating, and the end. Wonder why. Alright, Gambit, one of my favorite arts in this set here. Look at this Gambit here. This is done by Patelis, one of my favorite arts in this set here, right? But one thing I want to talk about is the taglines, right? So Gambit, 3 nice looking arts, I think overall, even though this is a bit more on the comic side, away from the masterpieces, and this is done by Scanlan, right? But the taglines, right? My deal, that's right, here in the cards. This one here, Card Shark, right? Gambit in the cards. And Crackle, right? Him and his stick, Blood Lightning and Crackle. Not sure where all these guys get all the taglines from. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, right? And as appropriate, you would have Vengeance, Hellfire, and this one here. Nice one. What does this say? I'm not sure you guys can see it, but it's called the chink, which is the sound of the chain. Man, all right. Next up from the first pile here, Hulk. So we got one top from the Hulk here, big green guy. No, face off. It's all right. Hulk smash, and kapow. Yeah, I don't see him hitting Juggernaut here, and maybe he's like kind of like hit a punch, but kind of like miss. Otherwise, he's kind of like whoosh or whatever. That should be it. First stack. Let's get that out of the way. Moving on, Human Torch. Let's get 3 Human Torch up here. Pretty red ones, all pretty all flamed up. That's where you get here, right? Inferno, Flame On, and whoosh. Sounds like toilet flush, I suppose, of fire coming up. It's pretty funny. Moving on, Iceman. So the opposite of Human Torch, you have Chilling, Freeze, and Icing appropriately, right, for Iceman here. Here, Invisible Woman. Okay. Not much here. Clear Cut. Okay, what is this? Willpower, and of course, K-Snap. K-Snap. What's that? What's the sound? Is that your shield coming up? Oh, Marvel. Right, the best is yet to come. I promise you. Right, Iron Man. Right, looks pretty cool. More sound effects here. Bokoom, another one. Right. Jean Grey, one of my favorite arts as well here. On this one. And I don't know. Shazam. Oh, not sure if she has any sound effects, from her psychic energy coming out. But anyway, that's what here says. Sci-Fly, right? Psionic flying. Oh well, I still enjoy this art. One of my favorites here. And this is by Patelis, right? So you notice that Patelis has been popping up pretty fair bit, right? Jubilee. It's alright. Here. Awesome stuff, right? Awesome. That's what we talk about. Marvel Masterpieces 95. Awesome stuff. We got Magneto. This is a very scary looking Magneto, right? And it says, all hail Magneto. Got a couple more here. This one here, you can roughly see the team. This one with Jean Grey and the Archangel earlier. Overload, that's what it says here. And of course, this is by Patelis. Moving on, the Mandarin. Looks like Shang Tsung. I think he gets this pretty often, right? From Mortal Kombat. Cool. Mr. Sinister, another villain, right? And one of my favorite ones as well, Gotcha. I wonder what is that, right? Did he just snare you in a trap, or what is that? I couldn't think of nasty taglines for this guy, and just had to come up with this nasty boy. Wonder if you can catch that. Man. Oh, I forgot this one. It says schemer. So you're a nasty boy, you're a schemer, I gotcha. Alright. Well, Mr. Sinister. Sounds like this should be more taglines for Loki as opposed to himself. Nemo, Submariner. Gonna be Wakanda. Black Panther 2. right? Nice. Professor X, you know, I like this one here. It's by Scanlan, this art. But the other two left a little bit to be desired, right? And Professor X tagline, you know, his power coming from his forehead, and it goes Zazaza. Right, Zazaza. That's right, Professor. This one, oh, not gonna talk about it. Psylocke, oh, Psylocke. How I wish your art was a little bit more provoking. This was left me a bit underwhelming for one of my favorite characters here. Right, even the taglines, you know, cut it, cutter, ninja, Psy sword, you know, underwhelming. Sorry, Psylocke, you're my favorite, but it's not what I wanted. Punisher, nice looking art, pretty strong art here, right? Pretty good. But taglines, here we go. Blam blam. Is that a gun? Oh. This looks like a Uzi, right? Shouldn't make that kind of sound. And this one, I'm not even gonna say it if you guys can see it. Did he get shot? Does it look like he got shot? Is he shooting somebody? But why is he saying this? Alright. And of course this one, Enforcer, right? Typical Punisher. Rogue, here, nice looking art. Love this Rogue. Okay, what it says here, cave in, right? Because of the rocks coming down here. And of course this is Deveris, nice. Okay, nice looking Rogue overall. Cool. Sabretooth, quite dark looking Sabretooth here. Nice one here. This art seems to be a team. Patelis, right. Nice. Silver Surfer, fan favorite here. Sky Rider, typical, right? Star Child, yep, these are all Silver Surfer, right? Alienist, I don't know what Alienist is, but I guess Silver Surfer's an alien. Next up, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Pretty decent art on all these three, right? Very close to the comic iterations. Cool, like it. These are done by Patelis, Deveris, and Nelson. The one done by Patelis looks pretty awesome with the Statue of Liberty here, and it says here, "Higher Miss." Nice. And we got Storm. Nice. Again, this one here, Patelis. Right, coming on. Thanos here. You saw the ha 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 here. Pretty nice looking one. Got a couple here. Mad Titan. Right, another one here. Death. This is the thing. Not quite fancy the art on this one, but you know, it's the thing. Moving on, going quickly to finish off this particular signature series set, we have Thor. Again, nice sound effect here. Krakoom. Right, that's the sound of his thunder on his hammer. Krakoom. Okay, here we go. Venom. Not my favorite art in terms of Venom. We got one for Symbiote, Val, and randomly, I love New York. Venom. I love New York, what? Okay. War Machine. Pretty nasty War Machine here. We have next up Wolverine. Don't quite like the art on Wolverine overall, to be honest. This is pretty alright. This is done by Nelson, but don't think I fancy the rest here for Wolverine. Next up. Oh, we're finished on this, right? So the first 115 cards, right? So they come in threes of each, and these are all like singular ones, right? So we got Black Cat, Black Panther, Blaze, Colossus. So these are all done by one. So Scanlan's Colossus, Cyber, Deadpool. It's quite unfortunate. Deadpool just got one card. It's pretty nice Deadpool. Huge looking blade here. It's done by Devries. Nice. Oh, it's the tagline. Cut up. Cut up. Could have been a lot better. Deathlock. Domino. Dr. Octopus. Fittingly, with tagline Arm. Electra. Not in red, but in white. Don't remember this guy. Emplate. Okay. Green Goblin. Nice art. Sinister looking. And Bombs Away. Pretty fitting. Hobgoblin as well. Demon. But this art, a lot to be desired. Juggernaut. Another Kapow. Same as the Hulk. Hulk's hitting Kapow. Misses Juggernaut. It says Kapow. Juggernaut bashes through a wall and says Kapow. Pretty fitting. One of my favorites, Kingpin here. That's right, the big boss. Cardboard style. We got Lizard here. Okay. We got Loki. Right. Let's try to see what it says here. Trickster, if you can catch it. Trickster. Yep. Okay, this one. Now I wonder why did this, get included. So Mephisto, not the nicest art, but come on. Can you see the language? These are cards for like 12, 13-year-olds, right? Back then. And we gotta include the language. Now, today maybe it doesn't mean anything, but back in the 90s, this was a huge deal to put on cards. Oh, man. Okay, moving on. So, Mojo. Say cheese. Wouldn't be one smiling with that. Mr. Fantastic. It's pretty weird that he only got one card, whereas the rest all got, 3 cards. Mystique. Nightcrawler. Sound effect card again. Bamf. Whatever that means. Omega Red. Penance. I've never heard of this character. Red Skull. Right. And I have no idea what this means. Actung. Gotta mean something. Anybody else know what this means? Please say so in the comments. We got a couple more. Rhino. Sauron. Scarlet Spider with a nice electric sound. Bzz. That's how it's pronounced. BZZT. Bzz. Shatterstar. She-Hulk. No sweat. That's right. No sweat. Here we go. Shin. 2099 Spider-Man with Arachnid. Strong guy. Tyrant. And lastly, Vision. It says Spectre. Nice looking art for Vision. So that's card number 150. You can see that. So that concludes all of the signature series set. So the signature series is actually a signed version of the base set because it has this logo here as well as this little taglines here, which I found it pretty unique and pretty funny at the same time, right? So that's 150 cards all going to CGC. Now we're going to quickly look at the inserts. I talked about the inserts in my last video, right? So we have 22 pieces of the canvas insert. Just going to try and get that out quickly. Right here. Just let you guys have a quick look, right? Archangel, it says the artist name here in the front. The previous ones you got to look at the back. So Nelson, right? Scanlan, the Beast. Scanlan for Bishop. Scanlan for Cable. Nelson, right? DeVries. Gambit. Patelis, Ghost Rider. Nice. So I guess by now you can probably tell, right? Kind of like fan of Patelis' work, you know, the lines, the detail, you know, over the others here. So kind of like all the cards that, you know, Patelis has illustrated in this set so far. Maybe there's some on Devries as well, but I like Patelis a bit more. So Human Torch, Iceman, Invisible Woman. She looks lost, honestly. Jubilee, Magneto. He looks angry. Namor, nice one. Devries here, very nice looking Namor. Alright. Professor X, Psylocke, Patelis on Punisher. Not a fan of this angle though. It's like, you know, I know what he's trying to achieve here with that towering kind of look, but I'm not a fan of the angle or the pose. And let's say it's just a bit concentrated on the, you know, lower half of the body. But I like the Rogue. Liking the Rogue from Patelis. Cool. Silver Surfer. Yes, that's right, guys. Patelis. Awesome. Spider-Man from Scanlan. It's upside down, but yep. Nope. That's the way. Thing. And we have War Machine. Okay, moving on, the last few bits. Two expensive inserts in the set. I think I talked about this already. The Mirage insert here, Avengers and X-Men. So these retail for about $500 each, you know, raw. Hopefully they look in pretty good condition. I think that the Avengers actually is slightly lesser. I mean, I would say that the X-Men are slightly better shape than the Avengers. So when sent to CGC, hopefully they get, you know, at least a 9 or better. You know, not sure how the quality of grading is, but definitely these are the ones that might be the first few to be graded by CGC. Lastly, inserts here. These are the Hollow Flash inserts, which are the Venom, not the Venoms, the villains, right? So we got Apocalypse, Carnage, Doctor Doom, Mandarin, Mr. Sinister, Sabretooth, Thanos, and Venom. Alright guys, that wraps up, right? Huge stack here, you know, 150 signature series cards, 30 inserts, 2 Mirage, so that makes it 182 cards in total off to CGC, $15 per card, so that's gonna be quite a hefty sum coming back. I'm gonna share with you guys the results when it comes back in. Right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Apologize for the long one, just wanted to just go through every single thing and document down all the cards to share with you guys as well as for myself, so that I could look back in this video and look at this amazing artwork that I used to come across my hands in the future. Alright, do like and subscribe and follow my channel for more content. Thanks for watching guys. Till the next one, Cowboys out.